Hello, listeners. Good evening and welcome to Quick Brain on DC Live, where we care, we share, and we go beyond the obvious. I'm Vismaya. Let me begin today's session with a question. What if that one thing holding you back isn't your talent, your intelligence, or your effort? But where does your attention go? Stay with me today because we are rediscussing something simple, powerful, and yet the topic that is often overlooked. Quick Brain. This is a Quick Brain podcast. Your brain is not broken. It is just on autopilot mode. This is what we are discussing today. Let me start today's session with a strange question. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Not once, not occasionally, but often. Now here's the real question. Do you think that happened because you were distracted? You are overworked? Or because your brain is failing you? And what if I told you your brain did exactly what it was designated to do? And what if I told you that the same mechanism causing forgetfulness, distraction, and the mental fatigue is also responsible for creativity, intuition, and rapid learning? Welcome to the Quick Brain session today, where we don't shame the brain, we train it instead. Today's episode is going to challenge one of the biggest lies that we believe about ourselves. That is, something is wrong with my brain. Nothing is wrong, but something is running the show. It's called the autopilot. Now, in segment 1, I would like to discuss the autopilot brain. Let's get one thing straight. Your brain processes 11 million bits of information every second. How much of that reaches your conscious awareness? About 40 bits. Now let's sink in. That means 99.99% of reality never reaches you. This happens because not that you're careless, not because you're lazy, but because your brain processed everything you would collapse from overload. So the brain evolved a shortcut which was called autopilot, and autopilot decides what to ignore, what to prioritize, what to repeat, and what to delete. That's why you drive and don't remember the journey. You reread some paragraphs 3 times, 4 times, or even more than that. You nod in meetings but retain nothing in your brain. Your brain is saying, I've seen this before, it's okay, and I'll handle it. Autopilot is efficient, but efficiency has a cost, and that cost is attention. Segment 2, why smart people struggle the most. Here's something counterintuitive. The smarter you are, the more likely you live in an autopilot mode. But why does this happen? Because intelligent brains build patterns faster. Patterns save energy. Once the pattern is formed, the brain says, no need to analyze this thing again. That's why high performers feel mentally exhausted, experienced professionals get into a zone out mode, and lifelong learners feel stuck. Not only because they can't learn, but only because their brain believes it already knows it. That's why learning slows down with age, not due to the lack of ability, but due to the availability of overconfidence in existing patterns. The brain isn't resisting learning, it is resisting the change. Segment 3, the memory myth that fools us all the time. Now let me blow your mind with a title, with a little memory. Let me blow your mind a little. Memory is not storage, it's reconstruction. Every time you recall something, your brain reassembles the fragments, fills in the gaps, edits the details, and rewrites emotions. That means remembering actually changes the memory. That is why siblings remember the same event differently. Eyewitnesses accounts contradict. Confidence is not equal to accuracy. Your brain prioritizes meaning over accuracy. If memory supports your identity, your brain protects it. Truth is optional, but it is not survival. So when you say I'm bad at remembering names, I'm not good at learning, I've always been like this, your brain goes, got it, pattern accepted. And this reinforces that belief. Not because it's true, but only because it's useful. Now let's get into segment 4, the real reason you can't focus. Let's talk about focus. Most people think focus is all about willpower, discipline, motivation, but it's not. Focus is about emotional relevance. Your brain asks one question before paying attention. Does this help me survive or matter right now? That's why you can binge watch for hours, scroll endlessly, and remember a random trivia, but struggle with studying, reading, or deep thinking. This is not because of distraction. This is because of the priority mismatch. Your brain responds to importance. It responds to interests, urgency, or emotions. The moment something feels dull, autopilot takes over. Segment 5, the 30-second brain reset module. Now let's upgrade this. Let's keep it simple, quick brain exercise. Next time you're about to learn something, a book, a meeting, or a course, or anything, just take a pause and ask yourself these 3 questions. Why should I care about this? How can this help me today? What's the one thing I can apply immediately? Now, this takes just the 30 seconds, but it flips the switch because now the brain sees relevance, usefulness, reward, and when the brain sees reward, it releases dopamine. Dopamine is equal to attention, attention is equal to memory. Now, learning becomes easier and it's no longer harder. Segment 6, why multitasking is destroying your brain. Now let's kill the myth. There is no such thing as multitasking. What you're actually doing is task switching, and every switch costs time, energy, and mental clarity. Various studies show after interruption, it takes 23 minutes for a person to regain a full focus. So when you say I don't have time, what you really mean is attention is fragmented. Attention is your most valuable currency. Spend it carelessly and everything feels exhausting. Protect it, and even hard things will be felt manageable. Segment 7, training the brain like a muscle. Now here's the empowering part. The brain is plastic. It changes with repetition, intention, focus. Every time you slow down, question assumptions, connect learning to action, you're building a new neural pathways. You're literally rewiring your brain, not overnight, not magically, but consistently. Small upgrades, daily representations. Now let me leave this session with this thought. Stop saying I have a bad memory. Instead, start saying I'm training my memory. Stop saying I can't focus. Instead, start saying I'm learning how to direct my attention. Because this is what brain listens, and what you repeat, it reinforces. Your brain is not broken, it's brilliant. It's just been running someone else's program. Now get into write a better one. If this episode stretched your thinking, share it with someone who thinks the brain is failing them. Because it's not. It's waiting to be trained. This is Quick Brain Session. Learn faster, think sharper, and live better. Intelligence can take you far, but when your brain runs on autopilot, attention divides and decides everything. Train where you place it and train when to take back the control. This is Vismaya signing off from Quick Brain on DC Live. Thank you.